All right. Not too bad. I actually joined from my phone to make sure we didn't miss round one here. All right, here we are. I also have even time, so like this is a win all around. My time is actually like better than better than usual. Okay. Just take this, I suppose. Takes and queen e5. Queen d4, we can go there. I mean, I'm attacking 3 pawns. I feel like this has to be good. Thanks for the 10 months, Penny. Take here, rook f3, I can just go back. I feel like we should do this. Because any trade will certainly help. Maybe we should have played this. Feels like it's not that big of a deal. I can go here, here, bishop, here. There's queen b5 check, c6, then queen back to b7. I still think that's good, though. Yeah, I think we actually want to do that. We can also go here, but I don't really see what the point of that is. Let's do this. Takes here, check here, queen b7, and I'll just castle there. I'm hitting the rook, which has to go there to keep guarding that pawn. I have rook b8 coming at the bare minimum. This looks pretty good. Here, queen d4. Let's give this check first. Queen d4, queen takes c2. I didn't really see queen d4 there, so it's kind of not the best move to see after the fact. Let's defend that. Okay, the Kramnik bug happened. It definitely threw me off. I thought the game was over here. I thought he flagged. Scene Kerrigan, thanks for the 29 months with Prime. Land Beyond, 35 with Prime. Hey, Mr. Daryl. Thanks for the 46 there, brah. Hello, Nick, Theo, Captain Gootersler, No Habla Inglés, Enzo, Chelsea Morgana, Ever, Heminesco. All right, that's round one. Magnus is in this tournament too. So is Hans. Hello, Baz Maniac. Doing well and happy to see KNVB winning in the Euros too. No, it's coming up, Fish. They would never make esteemed streamers like myself choose between the Chess 960 Community Championship and Title Tuesday. So it's coming up. They changed. I think they're usually at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., but it's going to happen right after Title Tuesday. Thank God for that. Yes, we're still going to have our viewer tournament later, Seth. Underdog Title Tuesday. There is another. Yeah, there's another. Oh, okay, he's trolling. I was gonna say there's another Chess 960 event that happens after the late Title Tuesday, but we're gonna be doing our UTT tournament instead. I would also play this on. The knight's tricky enough that you could potentially get a fork or something here. Like I think it's fair to play on. King G4, some progress. Why didn't he move the H pawn? Could have just played H4, H3. I'm not saying the guy's winning, but what the hell, man? Could have gone for another 50. A very interesting username. All right, we're back in round two here. Man, this theory, dude. I'm yawning. Yeah. Okay, he's having a think. Both of these moves I think are fine. Bishop C5. Why does that move seem a little off? I'm used to the bishop going there. Is bishop takes E3 a threat? Technically not, but it looks kind of scary. Like, you know, I could be bothered by that. Definitely. It's definitely not a threat now. I mean, even if it was black to move there, I'm not sure that would be so strong, but whatever. We'll just go here. I guess try to play knight there. The nice thing is black is a little bit slow attacking this pawn, so this move happens first. I was actually thinking about playing e4 there to try to take that pawn, but it felt a little silly to play e4 right after this bishop just ended up on c5 and lined up against f2. So I'm going to play the more obvious looking move. Knight d4, bishop e2. I mean, maybe castle. I don't know. Depends where he puts that bishop as well. I think we do want to play b3 in this line. Okay. Probably just this move. b3 is definitely also comes to mind, though. I definitely don't like taking, that's for sure. I don't know, maybe b3. Actually, maybe b4, because then it forces the bishop to do something, and I don't think black wants to take. Yeah, b4 I think forces that. I think b4 is good. Because there's no way he wants to do that unless he's going to sack. I think it's a bit more direct than b3 because I don't know, maybe this is actually not a serious threat. Yeah, so he's definitely going to be taking here. Otherwise, I don't understand the move. So yeah, of course he takes. So I think we can just castle. But knight takes c4 is a great way to just simplify back. I'm also looking at knight b3. Queen doesn't have a ton of available squares. But I think we just castle. Let's take with the bishop so that we have knight takes and knight d6. He can take here, but it doesn't change that knight d6 is coming. It's just a good way to simplify. He sacked a piece, so I'm sacking it back. Plus, I'll get more material afterwards. So I think that's the good way to do it. We don't have any moves like this to play because now that's a threat. Hmm. Let's do this. I'm actually thinking about maybe pushing the pawn next, so just try to trade. This should be game over now. Nice win there. Yeah, before I figured he was going to sacrifice here. I don't know. Didn't look that good. Knight c6, rook d1, and then we can sack with the bishop. It's pretty key. To be honest, there's always going to be like even a knight sack, and then I have two bishops. I'm up one pawn. That has to be fine as well. So I knew that if I could just sack the piece back normally, then there could only be something improved. Take that win, especially in that very annoying theoretical line. Hello, Spudge. Now, why can that not be taken? Rook e3 to e6? I think that's the way to do it. Rook e6 is very strong here. Oof. Yep, I think black wants to do this, and white's refusing to win the game with rook e6. But he won on time. Okay. It's a strong player he just beat. Thanks, Taitozi. Oh, did you, Spudge? There we go. Thoughts on endgames as a concept? They can definitely elevate your game, mostly because nobody else will be looking at them. Is he gonna make it happen here? Oh, the Kramnik bug. Maybe that'll win him the game. Oh, he did it. Wow, he got the dub. That's impressive. Obviously, king here. The guy expected him to go king there, so he was giving another check. King here was just like, good try. Okay. This is a very annoying move for sure. Queen g2, rook g1, queen h3, rook g7. a6, bishop somewhere, b5, bishop back. I don't really know how that position is after bishop b7. It's like knight g5 in the air. Because the alternative is just like going here and playing a regular position. Okay. We'll go for it. Knight g5, we have queen h6. Rook f7, I might just castle. And rook g3, I'll move the queen, and then we'll be threatening e4 later. I still don't know if this is the right decision, though. Queen e2, castle, castle, queen h6. And I feel like a4, I can always go b4 if I want to keep it closed. So if we go here now, then queen d2 is kind of annoying. If we go here, is rook g5 annoying? Here, queen d2, we can take, go e4. I'm gonna go here. Knight takes e5, maybe, I don't know, queen takes h2. Okay, knight there. I suppose now it's time to take. Very strange game. Probably we castle here. But then he can castle too. We have e4, but this is hanging, so I think we got to do this. Rook here, we have check, so it's got to be castle, but then we do have e4. And taking that is actually it's possible. Here, probably rook there, knight takes. I mean, I don't even know what the hell's happening. It's a very, very unusual game. This move looks okay. Something like that. And maybe we could go queen back to prevent castling. Okay, decides to castle now, so I guess we have to do this. Oh, wow. Rook h1. Did not even come close to seeing that. Rook h1. Okay. So I guess we got to take this, bishop f4, or bishop f4 first. I'm not sure it matters. I guess it's just two rooks for the queen here, but we have the h-pawn. Okay, let's... Oh my goodness. I was going to say to boot this knight out, but didn't realize there was such an obvious square it could move to. Okay, so... I think we have to run this pawn to distract white as fast as possible. It didn't work. It did not work. Yeah, I needed that pawn to go way further up the board. It's one of the, I mean, good chance to win or lose because I don't think I understood the position at any point during the game. And I bet he was the same. Like right here, position's equal. After the entire game, the position is just equal. I think in general, you're going to have a very good chance to beat a GM in a very unorthodox equal position. Just because nobody knows what the hell's going on. So I should have just taken this knight and taken on d5 here. But for some reason, it was in my head that I don't want to take and fix his pawns. So obviously, a GM will have an advantage over an FM, but I feel like if you turn it into like a complete mess, then it feels more like a coin flip as the game goes on. Yeah, literally this game was like pretty much even, never more than like 0.5 advantage for either side. And the only thing that we should have done is just take this knight. It was in my head never to take it and fix the pawns because I like that bishop so much, but this is so simple. And we have this H pawn, which will eventually win the game because his queen is stuck to it, right? So that was kind of obvious now in hindsight. But leaving the knight there, then all of a sudden I can't move because I can't move this rook. I don't have any threats. Yeah, and here's just lost. We needed to take this. I guess the reason I didn't take it is because taking here looks absolutely terrible. But then after this and this, I didn't realize both of the pieces that were defending that pawn just disappeared. Damn. Why not c3? I'm not sure that was ever a legal move for me. A floating ocean, thanks for the 43 months. It was a pretty fun, unusual game. He definitely misplayed it. Bishop g5 can't be right. Well, the thing is I need to get my bishop out, so c6 is like a fine move, but it doesn't actually feel that useful because it doesn't help me get my bishop out. Like he can just move there or something. So I wanted to go here to get the bishop out as quick as possible. Jeez, what a weird game. Still don't understand anything. Honestly, I'm not too unhappy with maybe how we both played it. It's a pretty good fight in an unusual position. Never played anything like that before. But that being said, the only thing I really regret is not taking this knight. I didn't realize this pawn was hanging. 2 moves ago, it was defended twice. Both of those pieces disappeared, and it didn't occur to me that I could ever take it. So in my head, it was like, can't take that knight. Not now, not ever. And so it sat there, and it was the strongest piece on the board. But it needed to be removed. And then this is very winnable, because now I can go like bishop here even to trade that. And I think this pawn just wins the game, like, in a lot of lines. It's just hard to give a perpetual check properly when you always have to keep the queen in front. Yeah, the other thing about rook h1 is like, it would have helped if I'd seen it. So rook h1 got 2 rooks for the queen, but I didn't see it. I thought I was winning material there. And even if a move is not that great, but you miss it, There's definitely kind of a shock value there. Wow, that was a really good endgame. Smart move, Queen H1 at the end. I think we've played this guy a few times as well. Ministry of Repair, thanks for the 29-month reset. Yeah, for all the ways I could lose to and I have lost to a 2500, which always happens in Title Tuesday, I think I'm the most okay with the one that just happened. It was just a total mess. Pretty upset to not have played Bishop takes Knight, but other than that, it happens. It was a very unorthodox position. Like it'd be a lot more embarrassing somehow managing to lose a position that I just know is good, but that one was pretty fresh. I didn't navigate it as well as him. Queen d7, so they always play c4 now. I think here they just go bishop d6. Have to get some kind of play going. So we're gonna need e4 here. Might take everything and go b5. Hmm. So I mean, we pretty much have rook e1 or take. Take doesn't look very inspiring. Here it's gonna be e5 though. Do I really have anything there? This knight wants to go there. It might end up going this way, especially if rook e8. I'll go here and like that. So I don't know. Risky move because it's kind of permanent there, but pawn on h5 and g4 would be fantastic for me, but I have a feeling he's going to correct those pawns now. And if he does, then I'll probably go for maybe a knight on f4 just to hit everything. Makes sense. I'll probably go there. We'll just play g3. And I'm not sure about that move. Isn't h5 kind of a move now? h5, f4, takes, maybe. At some point, we're going to give this pawn up, absolutely. Hmm. We'll give up that a pawn, but later. I think takes. We just play f5. Keep the pawn. Okay, we're definitely not taking that, but we can take that. And then bring the knight back to f4. I know my rook's doing nothing, but black's knight's also not moving anywhere. And I don't think there's any breakthroughs for like the rook or anything, so we should be okay. I'm really going back to e3 here. e3 just looks like a great square. Can keep improving my position, I think. The knight's, again, just chilling there. At some point, though, I will just go here, and I think I win the d-pawn. I could have probably done that right in that exact position, to be honest with you. Let's go here. Now we have rook h5 if knight c6. Rook e5 check after rook f6, and then take on e7. Very likely blunder. What did I say? Very likely blunder. Yep. Thanks for the 20 months with Prime there, Penny. I saw that one earlier, but I guess it just popped up now again. Not an alt at all. Thanks for the 29 months with Prime. D-Royals, is that right? Okay, good memory then. Good memory. We'll keep getting the lad. He's a content machine. 3 out of 4, Baz. Haven't played any strong players yet. Lost to an FM last round. Not the best result. But not too unhappy with the game. Because I've definitely lost to some FMCMs in some pretty bad ways. But I feel like that one was pretty fair. All right, there's a little break now. Hey, Bam DZ. Yeah, knight g7, knight h5. My knight just jumped everywhere, took his pawns. It was weird because my rook was not participating and his knight was not participating. But somehow that was good for me. Because my knight was basically just outplaying his rook. Funny. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. Got a long day planned today, doing the early title Tuesday. Probably playing the Chess 960 qualifier. I'll give one of them a go. I'm gonna hate my life playing 5+2 Chess 960. Will not be enjoyable at all, but maybe you guys will enjoy watching me literally suffer. We'll be back in a sec for round 5. All right. Pineapple, thanks for the 3 years. See what we can do here. Most likely d4 will get played. Can't imagine not. And I think we'll play h6 there. Chelsea Morgana, thanks for the gifted sub. We've got 10 more minutes left of the morning. So good morning, everybody. At least here. We have 3 points. 3 out of 4. Emendation, thanks for the 31. Cheers, Joe. Thank you to Joe010. Go, Joe. 80 months, tier 3 from Joe. Maybe bishop g5. I don't know. Definitely want a castle. This was a good move. I can't really play my queen there because the knight's coming in, and I can't really play the bishop there because the knight does the same move. Thanks for the gifted sub. Spudge MC, thanks for the 4 months. Bishop takes d5, queen takes d5. Maybe c6, bishop f6. I don't like going here because f6 will happen. Okay, interesting. I have to admit, I didn't even see that move as a possibility. Because now we're being hit with f6. Because otherwise I would have just taken first. So, definitely did not see that. I mean, we're pretty lost here. Hmm. Not much to do. annoying. I didn't even consider knight e7. It's such an obvious move with check. I was even talking about how we didn't want to allow f6. All we had to do was take on d5 and then take on b3. Very obvious. And we would have had a good position. As it stands, you know, the problem is that he doesn't actually have to play that move. So, yeah, we are just lost. Damn. I can't play rook e6 because of queen takes there as well, so. Not really sure what just happened there. Not sure what that comeback was. I think he missed a couple easy wins. Yeah, so this was actually a good move. I'm annoyed. Didn't even cross my mind that knight takes c7 check was playable. Because otherwise I would just take. And it's the same thing. Bishop takes, we can go c6. He has to go back. We take, we play bishop f6, rook e8. This is all we were looking for. Play a6 maybe, bishop f6. Like, and if queen takes, then we could take here. We can also start with c6. It's just all the same. And play bishop f6. So I thought that I was getting the same thing here. But I completely missed this. Because f6 is an obvious follow-up. So I just didn't even see knight takes e7. That's how bad we're talking. And then I'm just dead here. Like, I have no moves. I can't play this. I mean, at this point, queening the pawn is game over. Like, I'm losing my queen here. But when I got to run my king here, I was like, okay, we have some chances. Computer says that the h-pawn can't be stopped, but luckily I have Buddy here to play that move. And honestly, after this, I'm literally still worse here. I'm actually still worse in this position. But luckily, this was a terrible move, allowing me to take that. Like, rook f6 was the savior. You think that this was the savior for me, but I'm actually still worse after I win his queen. I needed more help than that. Rook f6. That's what I needed. And now it was Ridiculous win. Ridiculous. T Kepler, thanks for the 43. From T Kepler, 43. Mr. Christopher Yu. That's a tough pairing. Especially because I just know he's booked up. Okay, knight's obviously going to a4. It takes now to not allow e5 makes sense. Probably this one instead of that, but oh, okay. Feels like something we should take. Knight here, I'm gonna allow knight e3. Doesn't look that scary. f5. Wow. I guess this knight is really bad. Don't like this. I think we're in a pretty bad spot here. Can barely move. I guess someone wanted to win. We weren't happy with just a draw. It's kind of weird because in the position that he flagged, I think objectively he has the best winning chance after rook g2. Just because rook a1's in the air, that's in the air. I have a protected pass pawn, so. Now, I definitely, obviously, did not have to take this. But, again, like, I just got to a position. I was very, very happy with this. When he played g4 and locked it up, like, I know the knight's coming to e4. I didn't play it that well here, but This sacrifice is honestly not that bad. Like my knight goes to b4, everything, literally everything is covered. So to be honest, like it would be typical for me to somehow lose that, but it should really never happen. Like literally every square is covered. You can just sit here and do absolutely nothing. But I decided to take. I mean, it is correct. I do win the pawn, and then I think we can just sit in this position as well. I knew that he was eventually going to try something. Otherwise, why are we playing? So he does play this move, probably in a good moment. Again, I don't have to do anything here. I play b3, which is probably not the best. Maybe a4. But to be honest, the a4, rook takes, yeah, I don't know. We both have chances to win or lose, I guess. But I definitely did not have a good position there. At the start, when I was low on time and he had the pawn on g5, I was in a bad, definitely in a bad spot. But as soon as he played g4, I was very happy. Thought we were all good again. I'm a little lazy after that last game, so I'm just playing like this. Almost certainly see that. Knight g5, rook f8. Trying to play on the light squares here. Thought about knight g5, but I'll keep it simple for now. c6 will drop back. Knight h4, we're going to get g6. c6 here. I wonder where the bishop's going. If bishop e6, I'm very happy. I'm kind of expecting that. Yeah. Maybe it could actually be taken. I don't think so, but feels like something I'd rather not think about. The bishops are, going to be better than my pieces in general, but we'll just see if we can outplay. We definitely want to trade those. Yeah, bishop here, then there's going to be b5, so I'm not playing it that well. He's doing a good job making sure to get like pawns on light squares. If he does that, I'm much worse. And yeah, he has b5, so I'm never really going to trade that bishop off, unfortunately. C3 knight there. Have to allow bishop g5, unfortunately. This bishop is trapped. Take that as well. Take that as well. The only good thing about that game was we didn't do it knight in a good way, but we did do the plan of trading the light squared bishop for his light squared bishop. It definitely didn't happen in a good way. My freaking pawn was like ready to drop at every point, but we still managed to do it, and that was enough. It wasn't like good for me the whole way, but knight against bishop can be pretty tricky. Like it's around even here, even though I'm down a pawn, and like yeah, then we just start to win everything. Probably miss some better wins. Good afternoon, Tim. All right, they're sending us the heavy hitters. Okay. Pretty fun position for white to play, like for example this, but we'll go into it. This one also makes a lot of sense. I feel like most stronger players just castle and they're like, fuck it, let me see what happens in that position. Alright, he goes bishop d2. Solid approach. Interesting, bishop takes instead of pawn takes. Hmm. So bishop goes to a3. And maybe my knight even gets uncomfortable on e4. We can go c5, but doesn't feel like the best. Guess knight e7. Try to get castled. I don't know. Knight feels like after f3 in the future, it could come under fire. Okay, he's definitely preparing the long castle. Bishop on a3. So strong. Yeah. Wow, I really want to play knight g6. For what reason, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's any good. I was gonna say try to play this, but maybe that's actually not good. You can just play c4. Feels like that's a move I'm gonna have to play eventually. This and this are mere moments away. Okay. Castle's that way, but yeah, he's gonna play c4, b3. That bishop is just gonna dominate me. I think I want to play b5 before he plays a4. Try to control that, but it's brutal. Queen d4, rook f6 is gross. Yeah, because he has rook g7, so. I don't have a move. I don't have a move. No moves. Oops, I didn't mean to exit that game. Yeah, I knew as soon as the bishop went to a3 that we're not actually in that bad of a position, but rook e3, rook d3, to be honest, was kind of smart. That now here he just played it so quick that I didn't have time to like even think. But obviously the whole point of taking is to play rook a2 and just pin that and be annoying. And then he can't go here because then I can take and the bishop's hanging at the end. So we definitely should have gone rook a2 here. And to be honest, I think we would have done pretty well. Could have made some comeback. Nah. Yeah, once he got all this, like d5, it was always going to be bad. Okay, I castled here. I should have played knight g6 right away, but to be honest, the whole point of knight e7 was to castle, so that's why I did that. Now here I was thinking of knight g6, but I think it's just mostly nonsense. And nonsense because of bishop takes. And I don't really have anything here. Yeah, kind of had to take, and I like this bishop a6 b5 plan, but b3 was just so strong. To be honest, I'm not that upset with the game. I should have just played rook a2. This was all part of the plan. Then it's really hard for him to get this move. I feel like we can just go rook here and then sit and then play h6 and then play king h7, whatever. Because d5 is super hard for him to achieve with rook staring him in the face there. Damn. All right, I think we had another break. I will be right back. Tough L. Not that upset with it, but should just played rook a2. I think the game was fine. He has the two bishops, but they're not that strong yet. And I just needed to stop this. But he was playing so quick there at the end when I had no time, which was really smart. And I just made a random move here, but obviously d5 just kills me now. BRB. All right. We're back and definitely not happy to be seeing this pairing. I think here they go knight d7 usually. In fact, he might be planning to go knight d7 regardless. I think that might be the next move. Well, I don't really know what we're going to do against that. Here, maybe take. Takes, I figured I'd go with the knight. It's going to take and go there. Tiny bit surprising. very sad end to that game. Even here, I think I'm actually doing pretty well. I can't lie. Like I almost prefer my position. Here we just need to keep the queens on, so like queen back somewhere, or even queen c7. I just think I have a lot of threats, like this. This bishop is hella strong, but here I'm also fine, but it's like now it's much harder to like it's scary for him to play with the queen on, but now he can kind of find time to coordinate his pieces a little bit. Yeah, just kind of falls apart there. Look at this variation. What? Takes. Rook e6. The fuck? Kind of garbage is that? Rook e6. Okay. Turns out what we did is pretty good, actually. Man, I actually played pretty well. Wow, queen d7, knight g4. That's crazy. I was actually, like, I mean, it's crazy to play it now when it hangs the queen, but as soon as I played this, I was planning knight g4, which is why he did this. Yes, I have Ron Mexico. Yeah, some pretty good ones. Knight g4 is a pretty serious move. But to play it now would be pretty sick. A shame. We actually played it pretty well, but I don't think I've ever really thought about this position. I get this in bullet and blitz all the time, but to be honest, black ends up playing e5 and then I get a bad position. So I actually sat here and thought about it for it feels like the first time ever. And I think e4 is actually a good move. But cost us half our clock. Oh, we got some sweaty stuff here. This is why doing well in Title Tuesday, like, doesn't really matter. Doing well initially. You're always gonna get sent back to the same score as usual. Knight g4 is, with a bit more time, definitely not crazy to find at all. But with my time situation, bannable. All right, let's see the artwork. You're making us wait this long. It better be impressive. I mean, not that I care, but other people are probably tilted. Eh, it's okay. Definitely doesn't seem like people would find that worth waiting, though. Not for that. It's all right. King checkmate, buddy. I do that in 30-second games. I do that on the regular. Got to do better than that. I think instead of this, I'm actually supposed to do that. So this bishop's pretty bad for me, but this bishop's pretty bad for him. So it's kind of a trade-off, I guess. Hmm. Like c6 just doesn't get my bishop on c8 out. What to do? Wow, I really don't know. No idea what to do. I guess here. Doesn't look very good. Blundering the only threat in the whole position. Bishop f8. So the only thing I need is, first of all, I think the move is knight d4 here, and I have a bad habit of playing knight e7. It doesn't really matter, but knight d4 is easier for people to make a mistake in. And for some reason, every time I get this position, I never play knight d4, even though I'm pretty sure it's the move. Now, this doesn't matter. d3 is not like the best move. Knight d4 actually works better here. We have a nice position, but I never really know how to play it here. What does the engine want? b5 is fine. But I don't really like it. I don't know if I like these positions. This bishop's out of play, but so is this one. Tough to say. I was definitely thinking about this. And then maybe b6 and here, but didn't really like queen g4. Yeah. So if I played it first, I remember looking at some stuff like this before. Yeah, I think the problem is this is the actual way to play the opening. But for some reason, I always play knight g7. Knight g7 just looks like such a normal move, like you want a castle, but I'm pretty sure that the move's actually knight d4. At least the one that I had always looked at. I think this move's fine, but knight d4 is the way to go. Now, he didn't play a good move after it. d3 makes even knight d4 an even better move, but still. I never end up playing, like, I bet if I look at my openings, it'll be like, you never play knight d4. Even though I should. Yeah, knight d4. And look at the win rate with knight d4. It's like definitely a lot better. Because I feel like I used to play this when I first made the opening. But yeah, look at this. Knight d4, 2021, all these 2021s, once in 2023. This is the original. This is what it's supposed to be. And then look at this, 2022, 3, 4. Like, I keep playing knight ge7. This is what it's supposed to be. Damn. Yeah. For some reason, it's just like such a natural move to play. Knight g7. C5, B4. Thanks for the 67 months, Etienne. E4, Queen D8. He's gonna play A5. So we'll try to take the bishop here. I'm not sure if he'll play these. He does go Queen A6. Interesting. I think he had knight D3 there in that position. barely get could barely get a move off. I suppose we could just take maybe, but We played here, and then after a4, I'm not gonna lie, it's like a little bit tricky to the point where like I had to think for half a second, but we didn't really have half a second to think. And then after this, I mean, rook takes a4 is not really a move I'm gonna find, so I guess we end up just losing. All right, well, there's Title Tuesday for you. We were 6 out of 7 and ended 6 out of 11. 1, 2, 3, 4 losses in a row. After 4 wins in a row. So we win 2 wins, 1 loss, 4 wins, 4 losses. Title Tuesday never fails to deliver on 6 or 7 out of 11. As always. I mean, yeah, this is obviously a win, but even this, 7 points, still business as usual. Low Moistad. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this. Where's this thing? Pretty sure this starts in like maybe 20 minutes. Yeah. So this starts in 20 minutes. There's one later tonight, but I'll be hosting our viewer tournament. And then there's 2 more qualifiers. I mean, but this stuff is, it's not like Hyperbullet. When I was playing Hyperbullet, I was like, felt like I had a real chance. Like I was disappointed not to do it. Chess 960, and keep in mind, it's 5 minutes with 2-second increment. Not only is that not interesting, but man, I don't know if we're gonna survive. But especially after that TT performance, we may as well subject ourselves to more pain. So I'll try one of them. I really hate this stuff. 5+2 is such a nasty, long time control. I guess it's almost over. Over in a sec. Oh, this knight's actually trapped there in the corner. Nihal wins over Magnus. Impressive stuff. Who did Magnus play this tournament? He beat Anish. Honestly, he didn't play that many strong people. But maybe there weren't that many strong. Like, yeah, this doesn't seem like the strongest Title Tuesday, that's for sure. Nihal has streamed Title Tuesday before? I didn't know that. He's been a little bit more active lately. Playing the Bullet Chess Championships. Played a long match against me, I'm not sure why.